Fifth person voted out of Zoomvivor Anarchy. Casey. Casey, that's 6. That is enough. Any final words for your tribe?
Best of luck, guys.
Alright. Casey, tribe has spoken. 6th person voted out of Zoomvivor Anarchy. Bea. Bea, for this revote, that's 3. That is enough. Any final words for the tribe?
Yeah, that's it. It was a good game, you guys. It was fun. I had fun meeting all of you, and good luck.
You're amazing. You're awesome.
Bye,
Nice.
Bea.
Bye, guys.
Congratulations on making it this far, Bea. And with that, Bea, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Alright.
Bye, Bea.
Bye, Bea.
We go win. Bye.
Bea.
Bye.
Okay, now that that vote has been done, we definitely knew whose ass got voted out.
I'm really happy that I made it to top 14. I honestly didn't expect that I would make it this far. Like I had many goals in mind. Like I was like, don't be voted out first, don't be voted out fifth, and then don't be voted out pre-merge. So I was like, okay, at least check on 2 goals already. So maybe I'm doing something right. I hope I can continue the streak of staying in the game. So yeah.
We're now 14 people left in the game, and I'm looking at the tribe that I'm in, and I'm happy because I'm in the majority. And every round and every minute, I get closer to both Gage and Garrett. In fact, I created a group chat with the 2 of them, and I made a deal, a final 3 deal that I am 100% going to honor. This is my end game. I want to go to the end with Gage and Garrett because I feel that they are very loyal and that they are people that I can trust. But then again, they're also hot guys, and hot guys are dangerous, and they're my weakness. So I could end up being played here. So maybe I need a plan B. But for now, that's 2 people that I trust, and it would be so awesome to go to the end sitting with these 2 guys because they are the people that I really trusted since day one.
So at the last minute, I had Garrett come to me, and Garrett sat there and said, "Hey, look, you're not changing anybody's minds. There's no way that anybody's going to go after Missy. It's going to be either you or Casey." He was like, "If you want to save your neck," he's like, "I'm telling you right now, you need to vote Casey." And I tried to talk to him, tried to sit there and convince him. And then I went over to talk to Leela, and Leela was like, "So are we voting Missy?" And I was like, "No, you need to vote Casey with me." I was like, I really hate doing this to him. And I'm like, but I need to think about preserving her and I. And I was like, and right now they're sitting there saying it's going to be me over him. And she was like, okay. So honestly, if I remember correctly, if it wasn't getting Leela to vote for me and me voting for Casey, I actually would have been voted out that time.
I mean, when I resumed to the Zoom call, and then I saw the chat of other people on FB, actually, the people I'm working with, well, they just ask, "How are you? Are you okay?" But I think there are people who actually, I don't know, they just don't respect the decision I make for myself. I mean, personally, I respect other people's time. So when it comes to the immunity challenge, as long as it involves the team, I want to give my best for the immunity challenges, even though it's not easy. I really want to take part to even to not sit out as much as possible, to just do and give all of it for the challenges. And for, of course, make sure that the alliance I'm taking care of will be stick together, that we can really win this game. So that's for me. As long as it doesn't involve other people, I will I will not be sorry for it. Um so if they don't feel okay with it, well, that's fine. I also should respect, I think, whatever it is, whatever they coming from them. That's their thought. And I don't care, because I do me, you do you.
So I saw what the guys on the other side were doing, right? The Mata tribe post swap just got rid of Jeff, and then they got rid of Kristen. And if I were there, I'm sure they would have gotten rid of me as well. So that's not good. So on our side, it looks like we have to uphold the original Chaos Alliance as well, the original Chaos tribe members, and we still have a majority over here. It's 7-2. So I think I'm in a good spot. I think I'm in a place where we can dictate the rest of the game if we play our cards right. So this is the point in the game where I'm just happy to keep winning immunity challenges, because that keeps my ass safe. And seeing Kristen gone really validated my decision. It validated my move. If I didn't make that move, I would be where she is, and that's a pre-jury. That's in the pre-merge strip or wherever the fuck. So while I'm sad that we lost Kristen, I was also like, better her than me.
Sorry. I have mixed feelings about Stan. Like, I have a great relationship with Stan. He's part of our tribe. He was part of our core Eye of the Storm Alliance. So that's awesome. He's coming along. And it's just one more number on the original Chaos side for our new tribe. So it works out. It's great. I'm not unhappy by Stan coming here. But I don't know what the fuck Kristen was thinking by not flipping. Like, what was she doing? When that like moment happened and you gave them the option to flip, I totally thought Kristen was gonna flip. Like, I was waiting for her to do it. Like, Kristen, come on, you're gonna flip, right? Like, hello, you don't have the numbers. You can join us, yada, whatever. I just don't understand what her thinking was in not flipping. So I was really hoping she would flip, just because, like, I don't know, like, she was, like I said, she's a super social person. She seemed like a good person to have going into the merge. Like, I feel like, even though I was concerned about her long term, that was like way long term. I wasn't concerned about like her going into the merge. If anything, I wanted to go into there because I felt pretty solid with her up until that point. So I was a little shocked she didn't, and when she didn't, I was like, well, you're cooked. Like, how are you gonna survive this? Unless you have an idol that I don't know about, then I don't see what the point of that play was. But Stan did it, so at least we have him. Like, it was great, whatever. Great, Stan the man, you know.
So Casey doesn't have an idol. Thank God we got it through. What does frustrate me, though, is right before the vote, we seemed pretty clear that it was probably going to be Leela. But Mads keeps pushing no Melissa. And then guess who comes in with the split vote? Rain. And Rain, we're working together. We talked about how we need to get Leela as the other one. So why are you pushing through Melissa just to appease Mads, who literally, she's not online. What's she going to do? So I'm definitely marking it down for the future. Something to be wary of, but I mean, ultimately, Rain's still my girl. We're still moving forward here, and hopefully we have Melissa and Leela next time, so we're still safe at least.
At that time, I was more close with Melissa than Casey, because during during the tribals of Mata, I guess we had like a little hair moment with Melissa. So I attached myself to her that, okay, if ever we need to vote out someone, it's gonna be Casey at that time. But I don't know the plans at that time pa. Who was gonna get voted out. But I know I kind of had a feeling that I was on the good side of Rain and of some of the other Chaos people. I started talking to Mads, to Jet, I guess to Stan too.
Also, not placing any bias, but I hope you win next time. I'm tired of seeing you guys.
Oh my God. Thank you. We are way outnumbered. My God.
Well, at least we know
Listen,
we're
we
not
gotta go us 5 strong. We have got to win these challenges.
We really have to win these next challenges.
like the bad blood stuff. I think for any of us to move forward, we have to just work together.
Yeah. And we have to hope that Casey and Mel stayed in the game, because then so if we have 14 people left and we win this challenge and maybe they stay safe, hopefully then we can get them to come back to us, and then we have the number 7 to 6 if we merge at 13.
But do you think that the OG chaos was solid?
So Boris, the rat fink that he is, 3-3. Ding, ding. Okay, so we're gonna go to rocks. Anthony, willing to go to 50-50 rocks. Boris, is he willing to go to 50-50 rocks? Good thing he isn't, because otherwise Anthony could have gone, my homie. But I don't know what he's thinking. Did he not process that going into that tribal, if he voted for me, and it's going to be 3-3, that he would have to go to 50-50 rocks? And that's why I pointed out, I said, oh, hey, James, just by the way, I'm just making sure everyone knows that if they don't change their vote, Boris and Anthony are going to 50-50 rocks.
Once the votes came, and it was a tie, between Lee and Bora, Lee was really smart because he said it out loud. He said, James, or something like, James, can I ask you something? So if it's a tie again, only Anthony and Boris draw rocks, right? And you said, yeah. And that was real smart on Lee's part, because Boris, he's a nervous wreck.
So we kind of had a strategy, Lee, Anthony, and myself, that if the 3 of us voted for Bea and then the 3 of them picked whoever they wanted between Lee and Anthony, that maybe you can pin it in Boris's head, hey, if you don't vote with us, you're gonna have to go to rocks, and it's a 50-50 chance you go home, because what Boris has to remember is Karen and I were already safe. Then the 2 people that got voted for, being Lee and Bea, they're safe. So Boris had to contemplate, hey, I have a 50-50 chance of going home between Anthony or myself pulling rocks. So being Boris, he ended up switching and voting with us, just simply because I think he wasn't willing to take that risk early on. I say in Survivor, you got to take risks sometimes, and he didn't want to do that. So he flipped on Bea, who I think would have been really loyal to Boris. So I think that was a strong mistake on Boris, but I love it because it's in favor of my alliance. So I'm happy.
You see Boris, he eyes light up, boing, bing. He goes, oh, damn.
Like, I'm seeing a pattern in my tribals right now, and it's like me pulling off one sneaky move after the other. First the idle play, and now voting for Bea during their e-vote. And Bea going home was really, really unfortunate, because I know I could trust Bea already at that point in that game, and especially with numbers dwindling down. It's better to keep people whom you can trust in the longer term, and Bea was one of those people. But I was put in between a hard spot and a hard place, and I was put in a really hard spot. And if I stuck with voting for Lee during their e-vote, it's just gonna be me and Anthony drawing for rocks, and it's a 50-50 chance. I can't take that chance. So I had to cut Bea. It was a necessary loss.
I can't blame Boris if he flipped into voting with Bea, because it's only between Anthony and him. It's gonna be rocks. So I can't afford to lose him yet. And with him voting of Bea, I lose an ally that's really trustworthy.
I don't know what he's thinking coming into the tribal. He obviously did not process this. I'm 16. I'm processing this a lot better and looking into the future. Boris is a freaking doctor. You would think that he should know this. Apparently, his medical school training wasn't very proficient, because I'm excelling and he's failing.
I have good. No, I mean I don't have good reason. I haven't met any of them, but I
Did
think
anyone
I
talk
think
to
they're solid.
anyone
I think they're
in house?
solid. I think
I
they're
will
solid, but
I will spill that tea in our GC with Rain.
I
Because Rain told me that she is in control and she
yeah.
made bargain with me because I was about to pick Boris since Boris was good with challenges, right? So I told her like, Boris, can we pick Boris? Because I think Rain as a fellow Filipino, I can sway her like, like let's pick Boris, ganyan. So I told her let's pick Boris, and then she told me like let's pick Garrett first, and then let's pick Boris after. But we didn't. It didn't happen because Boris was picked by another group, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think she's in control. Yeah, that's what she spilled to me.
All right, guys, let's get it. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really need to get this next one.
Bye, guys.
Okay, Mata and Chaos getting your first look at the new tribes. For Chaos, Casey voted out last tribal council, and for Mata, Bea voted out last tribal council. How are you guys? Sleepy? Hungry?
And hungry and tired. Mentally tired.
This is
Super
crazy.
mentally
Y'all
exhausted.
played the game together. This is wild. I'm sorry. This
It is.
But I'm glad you guys fought through it
Yeah.
because we will be
Swapping.
Again.
going to our next immunity challenge. Alright, to make things more interesting, you are playing for reward and immunity.
The reward?
You are playing for reward and immunity.
Are you Uber eating us all food?
I hope I can do that though. Which means Garrett, Melissa, Missy, and Stan, you cannot play, and in any way you cannot help your tribe in this challenge. Just sit and watch. Okay, for this challenge, we'll be bringing out a classic Zoomvivor challenge. Our classic Zoomvivor challenge is called Destination Unknown. Alright, we've been playing this for 3 seasons, so we'll be playing it for the 4th time in this season. Okay, this is how the game will go. Alright, so for this game, one player from each tribe will try to guess the location of the pixelated photo per round. The photo will get clearer every 3 seconds. Sorry, it was a typo there. The first tribe to get 3 points wins tribal immunity and reward. Wanna know what you're playing for?
Yes.
Alright, winner of this immunity challenge, not only will you win immunity, but you will get to watch the losing tribal's tribal council.
Oh my god. With popcorn and all the fixings.
Yes, with all the fixins. Alright, here we go. Our first matchup is going to be between Boris and Jet. Alright, Boris and Jet, all you have to do to answer is say your tribe name. Okay? Say your tribe name. You can answer at any point the picture is shown. Okay? Here is your first to 3. Here is your first landmark.
Mata, Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore is correct. 1 point goes to Mata. Right. 1 point goes to Mata.
My goodness.
Next up,
There's 25 squares on the thing, and he said Mount Rushmore.
next
Lucky
matchup
guess.
is gonna be between Lee and Leela. See what I did there? All right. Anyway, Lee and Leela.
All right.
Here is your next destination.
Mata.
Mata, Lee.
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower is correct. 2 points go to Mata. 1 more point to win. Next matchup is gonna be between Karen and Gage. Karen and Gage, here is your next destination. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna move it to a clearer pace.
Golden Gate Bridge. Mata. Golden Gate Bridge.
Right, Mata. What is your answer?
Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge. Let's see if that's correct.
Nice job, Karen.
Good job, Karen.
And
Good
with
job,
that,
Karen.
congratulations
Oh my
to
God.
Mata.
Oh, God.
You have
Oh my
won
God.
immunity, sending Chaos to Tribal Council. Right. Congratulations to you, Mata. You have broken the curse. You have broken the Mata curse. Now you're safe. No one's going home. You can relax after a long night. As for Chaos, one of you will be the 7th person voted out of Zoomvivor Anarchy. I will give you guys a few minutes to strategize and talk, and we'll get to Tribal in a bit. Good luck.
For sure, down. It was the people that they can vote out was me, Melissa, or Missy, and Missy was an OG Chaos member, so I'm sure it was her spot, and it was down to the two of us. And then I guess someone did tell me that they were going to protect me. Also, Melissa did bring that up too, that they're more leaning towards to protecting me, because that was when I knew that, oh, okay, they were really starting a Filipino alliance and they needed more Filipinos on board. But I didn't want Melissa to be out, because I guess at that time in my mind she was more active than Missy. So I did try to say some arguments, or just I guess low-key statements to some of the Chaos people, to the OG Chaos people, that what if it's just Missy, and like let's keep Melissa because she's more active and stuff. And I also did say to Melissa that whatever happens, I'm not gonna vote her out. I'm not gonna vote the only last Mata member here in the tribe. And because in my mind, she was a more valuable player for me, and I guess for the show instead of Missy, because she was driving a lot during that time. So Melissa and I did chat a lot for that round, and she was telling me that she was trying to tell the others that vote Missy out, but I guess the other people just doesn't want to budge and just doesn't want to vote Missy out. So I was getting really nervous because I know for a fact that my spot is kind of it's safe in a way because someone did tell me that I was being protected, but at the same time I don't want Melissa out because she was a valuable player, and I know that she was gonna be a great alliance if we did make it. So yeah, whatever that was gonna happen, my vote was locked in with Missy.
All right, so we have to go to tribal again. Thankfully, we're safe, but this is the last round that I can use my idol. And it's getting frustrating here because as much as I want Leela gone, we need to split up Leela and Mads. It's clear they know each other outside of this thing. But it's, once again, Mads is hammering that it has to be Melissa, and then Rain comes in with the split votes that, of course, don't go where she was just telling me they should go. So Rain is clearly double dipping with Mads, and then it makes us wonder, who else is she working with? Because Rain and Karen seem to have something during the schoolyard pick. And at that point, we have to start figuring out, okay, where are her priorities going to lie come the merge? So I do have the power right now to stir this up if I want to. I have an idol, and I can very well play it on Melissa and send Leela packing here. It's just I have to figure out, is it good for my game? Like, if I do that, I'm going to piss some people off, but is splitting up Leela and Mads worth it? It might be. So...
Okay. So yeah, coming in, I knew that it was the odds are stacked up against me. I'm not even gonna say Leela was in that picture, just because of the fact that the only reason that Garrett and Gage were getting told Leela is because of the fact that they had to say that in order to preserve the Filipino alliance. They had a Filipino alliance. I was trying to emphasize on the fact so much to Gage and Garrett that, look, they have a Filipino alliance. When we went to the first challenge, the one with the fake swap, Rain had straight up admitted to us that when her and Karen were talking in that swap, that Karen sat there and said, we need to stick together, that her and Rain needed to stick together. They needed to make sure they kept together the Filipinos. They needed to make sure that they were working together, and that once she came over, once they merged, that she was going to screw over her whole tribe. She didn't care. She didn't want to work with any of them. And that she, and me trying to emphasize that to Gage and Garrett and telling them, we need to get somebody else out that's actually working with Rain. You guys need to stop being her puppet. I was like, you guys are not seeing how absolutely comfortable Rain is and how absolutely comfortable, Stan is, and Missy is, and Mads is. I was like, those four are just, there's no worries, absolutely no worries to them. And I'm like, and you guys are getting together and not looking at a person who is a completely loyal alliance, who can bring other people in, who will be, I mean, I wasn't going to straight up tell them that, I knew Lauren, Lee, and Anthony would be completely with me, because I was trying to play I couldn't just give them out my full hand. So I was sitting there trying to play hey, look, if nothing else, I could be a double agent for you guys. I could sit there and be like, what are they doing? What are they getting? I was like, because I got closer to them than Leela ever did. But I was like, but the smartest thing at this point is to get rid of somebody that's working with Rain, or even Rain.
So for that, my initial instinct is to take care of Leela. Why? I like her. She is really a good person. I really connected with her immediately after the swap. So when I heard her name, my initial instinct is we have to take care of Leela. We should not let out. So I pushed for, okay, let's vote out Melissa. Other factors doesn't matter as long as it's not Leela. I made sure I talked to people within our alliance, the PBB alliance, to not let Leela go, because not just because I like Leela, but at the same time it's beneficial for our game, for the group. For this tribal council, we have to maintain the majority of vote for this alliance, it's okay to let go of the OG chaos. We can work on we can work on with letting go of some of them. We can I also noticed how the people from the OG chaos are not actually that responsive. That's because they also made their way with other people with other people outside the alliance, and that's fine. Um, but I'm actually okay with the turnout of that vote because at this point, I think Leela is instrumental for the next point for my game.
So I'm looking at the two, and who's more non-threatening? Leela's more non-threatening. So right now, if I'm gonna be voting off the weak, then the strong, then the weak, then the strong, shout out to David Bloomberg and Jessica Lewis, I probably have to vote out the stronger competitor, and that's Melissa, because she's the one who's really fighting to keep her spot in the game. This is also the point where Rain and I start counting numbers, because at Final 14, we're taking a look at the lay of the land, and there's still a relatively equal number of Filipino players and American players. And Rain and I are getting the sense that the Filipino players want to keep playing together, want to keep working together out of comfort. And I'm telling Rain, I don't like the look of this. I don't like how this is going to come across to people watching and to the American players. And if we make it to the end, how's it going to look to the jury if everybody who lost before this Filipino core, is an American? It doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. So there's a self-awareness, and I'm thinking about that, but I'm also thinking, what's my best shot to get to the end? I decided right then and there that if I was gonna apologize, I was gonna apologize when I get to the end. And at this point, all I care about is putting myself in a position where I can apologize when I get to the end. So the decision was to stick with the Filipino crew right now while keeping Gage and Garrett on a leash, so that Rain and I would still have an option come merge if we need to make a flip and work with Gage and Garrett down the road. Now, I know that Rain's my ride or die, but I'm also totally open to working with Gage and Garrett, just the three of us, as some type of pro chacho hit squad or something to figure out our way post-merge. So I've got options. They all look good, but not all of them look good, if you get what I'm saying. So this is really where keeping track of how many Filipino and American players really came in handy.
No, yeah, this was really between. It was still, even though everyone was up for grabs, it was still obviously between Melissa or Layla, just because, like, hello, we figured there's probably a merge coming really soon. If it's not the next round, it'd be at least the round after. So there's still a certain degree of we got to keep chaos strong, obviously. I think I didn't push it, but I was open to maybe voting for Jet or someone like that. Yeah, probably. I don't care about Matt. So it probably would have been Jet. But that was just me personally, and from my talking with Jet, because at this point we've had like a whole day of this game, and like my conversations with Jet have been pretty minimal and like almost no game talk. So I just didn't know where he was at, and that, if anything, was scary to me of like going into the merge with someone who I'm pretty sure I don't have a relationship with. So why would he ever like vote with me? But I didn't want to necessarily push for a flip like that so early, because if I do that, that just puts a target possibly on me, and people question if I'm going to be loyal to Chaos, if I'm trustworthy, all that stuff. Especially if we went back to if we don't merge and we go back to another tribal council after I just tried to flip or something, then that would just cause a huge shitstorm, and I don't want to deal with that. So it just kind of came down to Melissa or Layla. I mean, for me personally, again, as long as it's not me, I don't give a fuck. As long as it's not me or Garrett at this point, or Rain, I don't care who it is. But I was talking with Melissa a little bit, and she's good. I could tell she's good at the game, and I like talking with her. She seems really open to possibly working with us. Like, she talked a lot about her other tribe. She was really pushing this narrative that she would be like, oh, I'll work with you guys. I'll do whatever you guys say. You have me, yada yada yada. Which I don't fully buy that. Like, I don't think she doesn't seem like someone that's just gonna be someone else's number. So that's what my thinking of is going into this. Just that even though she's saying like she'd be with us, that she's saying that she's gonna be a number for us, I don't fully believe that. And I feel like I question if, we keep her and we go into a merge, how do I know she's not just going to flip back to her old side, even though she says she hates them and doesn't want to do that? Like, I don't know. So for me, it was just kind of like, let's keep it simple. Simple is always the right answer. And again, like, why stick my neck out for Melissa's game when I have no reason to believe that she would stick out her neck for my game? So that's how I voted, or that's how I'm thinking of voting. And I think Rain is really pushing voting out Melissa, if I remember correctly. I think that was primarily her idea. But again, like, no one was really fighting it. I think all of us had a sense that the merge was coming, so we just all wanted to make merge. And so, and not just make merge, but we can make merge with our numbers and have a really strong chaos group. So that's my thinking of going into this.
So we lost. I don't like losing. I don't like losing easy challenges. I didn't even get a turn in that challenge, but whatever. So this is a very, very easy boot. It's between Leela or Melissa. And at this point, I'm just looking at those two. Gage and Garrett are asking me who is the best person to vote out. I just felt like Melissa is a fighter, and she really is someone that could convince people to take her side. And Leela is rather quiet, and she's someone that I could easily influence, or I don't want to say it, but control. So if that is the two choices, then it is an easy choice, I guess. I need to vote out Melissa because she's not someone that I can control. Along the way, I need to be planting and starting making my plan B, my plan C, my plan D, my plan E. Plan A is Gage and Garrett. Plan B is probably Stan. I don't know, maybe Leela is plan C. But for now, Melissa has to go. Sorry. Not sorry. Really not. I hate that bitch.
All right. So as a reward, Mata gets to watch. Mata is here to watch your tribal council chaos, and for Mata, please stay muted. You cannot interact with Chaos. All right. Hi, Chaos. Welcome to Tribal Council. So let's get right to it. Now that we're dwindling in numbers and the numbers are getting smaller vote by vote, Melissa, do you think that with the smaller numbers means that merge is coming?
Oh, absolutely. I think that you guys are going to merge either the next one or at 12.
Okay, so at this point, so how crucial is this vote if your theory is correct?
Well, it depends on how much anybody else wants to move, because either they're going to sit there and stay completely loyal to this tribe and they're going to be like, nope, we're just going to take out everybody on the other side. Or if they're going to actually sit there and be like, you know what, we still need people from the other side in order to work with the other ones. I mean, if they're all just gung-ho on being like, we're going to just vote each other and we're going to stick with each other and we're going to stay chaos strong completely, and they don't care about making any kind of relationships with the other side, then yeah, absolutely take out me and Leela. If they want to actually sit there and be like, hey, let's build, because I explained this in the last one, by them just shutting out 1, 2, 3 1, 2 by voting out chaos, they basically made them feel like their pride was there, and they were like, no, we have to defend our, our brothers and sisters in our tribe. And because the other tribe sat there and voted them out automatically without even thinking about, hey, should I even think about saving these other people on this tribe? They shot themselves in the foot. So they actually screwed us. They didn't screw themselves. They screwed us, the ones that were over on this tribe. So now, if they're wanting to do the same exact thing, they're going to go into the merge being like, well, these 4 people aren't going to work with us, but we could just vote them out. We don't care. I mean, it's already explained that, Karen's already sat there and straight up said that she wants to come over and work with them. That, there's already people that they're saying that they're going to defend, they're going to protect. I'm definitely not one of them, so I might as well lay everything out right now. It's not going to be, it's more than likely going to be me, but hey, I might be able to bring something more to the table for you guys than just keeping somebody that hasn't been really playing at all. At least I've been volunteering and trying to play and trying to get people to, win challenges and trying to do everything that I can to keep this group active.
Right. Rain, what do you think of Melissa's speech right there?
Yeah, I mean, during the last tribal tribal council that we had, this was discussed because, of course, it's really boring to stick to your tribal alliance. But when we saw what happened to the other tribe when Jeff was voted out, and then right after that, Stan flipped, and then Christine was voted out, it seems as if the message that's being sent to us was, we are going to stick together. So, of course, that is what we are trying to do here, because, Nikki could have Kristen could have survived that one round, and maybe they're sending a message that, yes, we're going to work with you. But to us, it seems like it's going to be like that. That's just how we see things. And I understand what Melissa is trying to say. I think we've had that discussion, and what she is trying to say is that just simply by not giving other people a chance, it might seem like that Melissa becomes and Leela becomes a collateral damage in many ways. Am I interpreting it correct, Melissa?
No, you absolutely are. But I'm going to comment on the shaking of the heads and everything from the other tribe right now, where they're sitting there saying no. Of course, they're going to start saying no now, because they're going to come over and be able to be like, oh, yeah, I'll work with you 100%. I'm going to sit there, because they now have to save their own asses because they're on this smaller block. Of course, that's how it's going to be. How would they not sit there and be like, oh, no, I'm going to just stick with these 5 when you have 9? I mean, nobody's that stupid.
All right. Mads, do you think that coming into this crucial vote, like, I'm just going to put it out there, like, what if, like, Melissa's right that we go to merge at 13, or we go to merge at 12, or 11, or 10, or 9, perhaps. We don't know. A lot of eyes are getting bigger as I get the number smaller, but that's just a theory, guys. So how do you base your vote now? So are you still gonna stick to your original tribe alliances, or are you actually gonna keep someone who really wants to stay or really wants to play?
First, it's a hard question for 4 a.m. But I think my vote for at this time, there are a lot of factors that you have to consider, especially when it comes to merge, because for the merge, it's not only about the tribes, right? You're playing for yourself first, and then for the alliance that you have. So for me, no, it's not really about the tribal lines that you made before, but really about the established connections with people you really trust or you think you can work with in the long run.
All right. So, Jet.
Yes.
Jet, looking at the current tribes right now, so right now we have 5 from Mata, and clearly you guys have a huge number in terms of comparison with the size of the tribe. So how do you think Do you think come merge, it's just gonna be easy pickings since there's a smaller number from the other tribe?
I don't want to quickly assume that it's going to be easy pickings, given that the nature of this game is survivor anarchy and a lot of different things can happen. Like, I don't know, all of a sudden you could bring back 3 random people and then shake up the whole game for all I know. So I don't want to use the word it's easy pickings. Instead, rather just go with the flow and see how things plan out with the game.
Okay. That's actually not a bad idea to bring back 3 people. Okay, I'll write that down. Okay. All right, bring back 3 people at some point. All right. Lila. So Lila, being part of what Melissa said, the minority in your current tribe right now, do you think that it's fair for you guys just to be voted off just because you're from a different OG tribe?
I don't think it's fair, but I would understand if one of us is gonna get kicked out because we are the odd ones out here in Chaos 2.0. But I think I'll stay by what I said a while ago and stick to the relationships I built during the past games. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Stan. Lila mentioned relationships. I'm sure over the course of the game, all of you guys have established good relationships. If not good, then some worth remembering for the rest of the game. So, where do you draw the line between keeping someone just because they're OG and keeping them because you feel comfortable with them or you formed relationships with them?
I think you draw the line based on what works best for you, right? What works best for you, what works best for the people that you're working with, and I think that's the same frame of mind that we're all operating under right now.
All right, Garrett. With all of the things being said about relationships, about merge looming soon, about current tribe numbers, OG tribe numbers, actually no one has even mentioned nationality numbers because that also can come into play. Do you think that it could be a factor in tonight's vote?
Honestly, I think the only thing nationality numbers are really affecting the game with is who's really sleepy right now and who's going to be like a little bit sleepy in the mornings when we start this, honestly. Like, I mean, I haven't really seen much nationality talk, so yeah.
All right. So Gage, so right now, before we go to vote, what should the tribe remember?
Just remember your relationships. You know, this is a game of trust, so it comes down to who you feel comfortable with and who you think you can work with going forward. Not just what's good for now, but what's good for later.
All right. Let's see if the turnout for this vote will be good for some players later, because it is now time to vote. You guys know the drill. Good luck to each and every one of you.
I'm voting you because of the fact that I was told that you're ahead of this thing, that you're the one that hasn't talked to me, that you haven't went for me. I know it's more than likely me, but unfortunately, I'm not voting for myself, and if any of these guys were even a little bit smart, they would sit there and see I could be a good number for them, but we shall see.
I just want you to know I tried everything I could here, but sadly Gage and I are going to have to just keep on the radar the fact that we think Leela and Rain might be pulling something. We weren't able to really flip it without causing too many waves, so unfortunately it's got to be you tonight. I love the fight you put up though. Good game.
I know I said I'm not voting for her and I'm voting for another person, but I don't think I have the heart to vote the other person that they were talking about. That's why. And in the long run, I don't think we have a good relationship.
I really didn't want to do this. I'm just sticking to the plan, as the great Keith Neal would say.
Okay, I have the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out would need to leave the tribal council area immediately. I will read the votes. First vote. Melissa. Melissa. That's 2 votes, Melissa. Missy. That's 2 votes, Melissa. 1 vote, Missy. We're tied. 2 votes, Melissa. 2 votes, Missy. Leela. That's 2 votes, Melissa. 2 votes, Missy. 1 vote, Leela. Tied again. 2 votes, Melissa. 2 votes, Leela. 2 votes, Missy. Leela. That's 3 votes, Leela. We are tied again. 3 votes, Leela. 3 votes, Melissa. 1 vote left. 7th person voted out of Zoomvivor Anarchy. Melissa. That is 4. That is enough. Any final words for your tribe?
It was wonderful playing with you guys. Loved all of you guys very much. And I think you guys are all fabulous.
Alright, Melissa, thank you so much for playing the game. You played such a great game. And thank you for accepting the invite. And fortunately, it has come to this. And Melissa, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Do I just leave?
Yes. Unless you want to stay. But, I mean, okay. Alright, so with that tribal, we definitely can see that people are trying to prepare themselves for something that they think is looming. But the question is it really looming or not? We will see.
So the reason I think that they voted me off is because I didn't have anybody really fighting for me besides myself. They voted me off because they did sit there and see that, my previous tribe did not want to work with anybody that came over from the new tribe. I mean, it was just 2 votes, but at the same time, I really wish that my old tribe would have thought of that and been like, hey, we're screwing over these people if we don't at least try to save one of them. And who do I think should have been voted off before me? I think either Mads or Missy should have been voted off before me because they were not committed to this game. Mads literally was not talking to anybody while we were in. So my alternate one that I would like to see win is probably Lee. I think Lee would be awesome at winning. I think that his mind, the way that it works and what he does and how he plays things is probably going to be the best win. And I'm always for the person that's going to win that would be like, yep, I'm proud of being on that season because our winner was freaking awesome, not just a carry on. I would also love to see Anthony or Lauren win. Garrett would be awesome to win. I think Leela would be a great winner. And even, I think I said Boris would be a good winner because at least he's trying and he's all over the place trying to play with everybody. So